It's time to take your singing voice out of the shower and into the spotlight. The second annual Hoptown Idol contest is back this Friday night, September 16th. It sounds at 6 in downtown Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville Electric System, EnergyNet, and your friends at WKDZ are sponsoring your chance to win $500 and a 2-hour recording session with Arc Exhibit Studios and Hip Hoptown USA. 20 total soloists from online and live mic will sing off to become the next Hoptown Idol and win $500 and a 2-hour recording session. You heard right. The winner of the next Hoptown Idol will win $500 and a 2-hour recording session. Not a singer? Come cheer on your favorite soloist, as applause counts as part of the finale along with a panel of judges. All the Hoptown Idol fun is part of Parks and Rec Sounds at 6 this Friday, September 16th, which means there's also food trucks, sweets, and plenty of beverages. Plan now to cheer on your favorite or grab the mic yourself. See you at Sounds at 6 this Friday night, September 16th, when we crown the next Hoptown Idol.
The smell of spice, the color of orange, and the crisp air. Does this sound as good to you as it does to us here at Cozy Living Interiors? Hi, this is Pam Haverlock. Our store is starting to fill up quick with all the fall pretties. This month, we are letting you draw for your savings on anything in the store. Savings go from 10 to 25% off your purchases. Come fall on the season with us. We are located at 235 Northfield Drive, located right next to the bowling alley here in Princeton. Cozy Living Interiors is everything a home should be.
This is Heb. We are your local U-Haul dealer.
Look your best when you're dressed with the help of Bella Marie Boutique. Locations in Princeton and Hopkinsville. Be sure to follow on social media.
From the Weather Edge Weather Center, patchy fog around the area this morning, then sunshine. Today's high of 86 degrees. Mostly clear skies tonight, low 58. More sunshine on Friday and Saturday. Friday's high up to 88 degrees. About the same thing again on Saturday. Once again, our forecast today, patchy fog this morning, then sunshine with a high near 86 degrees.
At YourSportsEdge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players.
Or did it show up there?
And while they are not gold,
Unbelievable.
those crystal awards we have won for doing what we love to do
Tough defense.
are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner. YourSportsEdge.com.
Hey besties, it's your girl Jo from Jo & Co Boutique in Eddyville, and we are proud to support the Pledge of Allegiance on WPKY.
Shopping can be overwhelming. At Jo & Co Boutique, it's their priority to get to know you. Enjoy a personal, stress-free shopping experience, making you feel valued as a customer and person. Jo & Co is a size-inclusive boutique carrying clothing and gift favorites such as Judy Blue, Vintage Havana, Savannah Jane, and Kendra Scott. Located on Fairview Avenue in Eddyville, or shop joandcoboutique.com.
Hey besties, it's your girl Jo. Can't wait to see you at the boutique.
It's time for your SportsEdge.com Sideline Report with Todd Griffin. Talking sports and more here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com. Here's your host, Todd Griffin.
Good morning, everyone. The Sideline Report is on the air from 1035 West Main Street in Princeton, the WPKY studios. Thanks a lot for tuning in on the show this morning. We're going to hit the ground running this morning. We've got Emma Talley on the phone line with us. And Emma, good morning. Welcome back to the Sideline Report.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, anytime. And the LPGA Tour is out in Oregon this week, but you're actually headed to Princeton this weekend.
Yeah, I decided to take the week off. I've been on the road 8 out of the last 9 weeks. I haven't really had much time off this year, and we are getting married. Patrick and I are getting married this January, so I'm just going home to see some family that aren't coming to the wedding. So just a little celebration with my grandmother and aunts and uncles, people like that, and just getting a little time off before we hit the road again.
Yeah, that kind of hit in a great spot for you because you had a couple of events in Ohio, and then there's one coming up in Arkansas. So the Oregon event was one you could kind of lay out of, I guess?
Yeah, it's in our schedule to take off that week. Like I said, I've been on the road for a long time now, so I needed a break, and I also needed, I'll go 3 weeks in a row, and then we'll go a week off, and then I'll go to Asia. So it's just a lot of golf. So you can't play all of them, unfortunately. So just taking off this week and getting some practice and some rest.
And you actually have a little business in town tomorrow morning.
Yes. So Steve Kukihiko actually came to me probably a couple of months ago, and he had been to the Dick's Sporting Goods in Paducah, and I don't know. Y'all know Steve. I don't know how it got to golf and the tornado, and I don't really know how the conversation went, but basically Dick's Sporting Goods has been amazing, and they have been able to, because of the tornado, they're giving money to the golf team this year, and they're going to present it tomorrow at the high school to the golf team. And that was their way of giving back, with everyone getting affected. And our golf course got pretty beat up, so that was their way to give back, which was really, really nice of them.
Yeah, that'll be great. Emma, coming up next week, we got high school or regional golf tournaments going on. And what do you remember from regional tournament days back in the day?
What a few years I had. I think I started playing in the regional championship when I was in 5th grade and state. I played my first state championship when I was in 5th grade. So I remember just having so much fun. I think looking back, high school golf, college golf, all those team events, and meeting all the girls. Like, I'm still friends with some of the girls I played with in the state championship, and Lydia Gum is one of a good friend of mine still. And there's a lot of those girls that we keep in touch with each other. A couple of them have come out and watched me on tour. So, I think it's just soak it all in. You're going to meet people that you're going to be friends with for life. So enjoy the ride.
So you played in 7 state tournaments, is that right?
I played in 8 state tournaments.
Oh, wow. Okay, 8 state tournaments.
Yeah.
Now, one year you were actually out of the country for the regional, but the KHSAA gave you an exemption to state, right?
Right, exactly. They gave me and Justin Thomas an exemption because we were out of the country playing for our country at the Junior Ryder Cup. So I thought that was fitting that they gave us an exemption, especially looking back. It was like we couldn't play in our regional championship because we were one of the top 6 players to go across seas to play for the United States of America. So I didn't get to play regionals one year, but was very lucky that they gave us an exemption.
Yeah, you got to go to the state tournament a whole lot. Won 3 of those. Had another one where, hey, maybe you should have been the winner, I guess, but those had to be great experiences.
Yeah, they all were. Even the one that I accidentally got disqualified. They were all great experiences, including that one, because I'll be honest, I check over my scorecard a lot of times now since then, and it's never happened again. So sometimes those hard lessons come, and maybe it was a blessing. You never know. I enjoyed all the state tournaments. I love going to Bowling Green for the state tournament. I love that golf course. I love the area. They really put on a good show there. It was just a great experience, and my dad and I would go up to Bowling Green several times and play, and it was just a great experience altogether.
Now, do you still kind of keep up with golf in Western Kentucky as far as the high schoolers go?
Yeah, I definitely keep up. My parents keep up even more so. They actually still go to some of the matches and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they all do at regionals. And I think, especially on the girls' side, it's going to be an interesting state tournament. So I'm really excited to see who's going to be the winner of that. I think a lot of the girls in Western Kentucky have a good shot of winning the state championship. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think some of the best golfers in the state are actually in Western Kentucky. I think the sentimental favorite, though, has got to be Catherine Brown. I know there's some other girls, Trinity Beth at Marshall County and Madison Glisson down at Ballard Memorial, but those girls are kind of younger, and Catherine's a senior, so I think there's a lot of people pulling for her to really do well in the regional and the state.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm right there with you. It's going to be a good fight between her and Trinity, I think, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But no matter what, I just tell her all the time. I mean, you just got to prepare and enjoy the ride, and whatever happens at the end of the day. And we talk a lot, Catherine and I do. So I know she'll be prepared. She's been practicing a lot and working on her game. And I know Trinity's been playing all around the country this summer, so I know she can be prepared as well. So you just never know about golf. You just don't know. So you got to just prepare and work hard and play your game.
Well, in high school, at least for the regional, it's kind of a one-day thing. You have 18 holes to kind of prove yourself. But when you're on tour, a little more difficult because you've got to try to do it 4 days in a row.
Exactly. Sometimes people don't understand that part. They'll be like, "Oh, you finished 30th." I'm like, "Well, I shot under par every single day." I think the last 3 tournaments, I've had 11 of 12 rounds either even or under par, and I've had some good finishes. But like, it's hard to win out there on the LPGA. I mean, it's just hard to win. It's hard to be in contention. You've got to go low, and some weeks are better than others. Obviously, I feel really good about my game, better than I ever have. I have a new caddy that's wonderful, and I'm feeling really good about my game and where I'm headed, and I really want to be on that Solheim Cup team next year. So I've got a lot of work to do between now and then, and that's kind of my goal. And I'm putting it out into the world so that it's almost a bit of motivation and a little pressure.
Well, when you look back, and we talked about the regionals and the states and those things, and then you played a lot of college golf and have just played a lot of golf, period. Maybe this is a tough question, but as you look back, when did you realize that you were actually pretty good at golf?
I knew pretty young, honestly. But I never really thought about it. I knew I was good because I told my dad whenever he came down. He took me to LPGA event when I was 12 years old down here in Nashville. And I remember on the way home telling him that I wanted to be a pro golfer. And he said, "It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, but if you want to do it, like, I'll help you." And I said, "I want to do it." And it was just kind of a progression, and I think any player that even goes to play college golf and even tries to play pro, and even if they don't play college golf, you win at a small level, then you go to the next stage and you win at that level, and then you just kind of, it's like just a bit of a stepping stone. And I still feel like I'm in that stepping stone. I've been in contention a couple times on the LPGA, but I want to get there more often. And I think golf is just one of those games where you have to take a step back and let yourself get better and not try so hard sometimes. Like you said, I've played so much golf. Like, sometimes I'm my worst enemy because I try too hard, and it's like, just go out there and play golf because you've done it enough.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure some people realize, though, just how much time you spend just on the putting green, just hours at a time, just putting.
Yeah, putting's actually been the thing that's been the best of the part of my game since I've been on tour, most consistent. And yeah, I mean, I work hard at it. I at least am out on the golf course 3 to 8 hours a day. My off days are closer to 3, and during tournament rounds, it's obviously more like 7 or 8 hours a day. So yeah, it's a full-time job. People always think when they come and watch me on tour that it's like a mini vacation, and it is for them, but they soon realize, like, I'm at the golf course all day, then I have physio and workouts, and then I go to bed and do it again. So it's a full-time job. I love it. I get to do what I love for a living, and I wouldn't change it.
You recently had your first hole-in-one on tour. How exciting was that?
Oh, it was so fun. It was one of those days. It was the first round with my new caddy, and I really just kept hitting it pretty well and just couldn't make much. And I was 1 under going into that hole, and my caddy kept saying, "Just be patient. You're hitting it great. If we keep giving ourselves chances, it's going to happen." And I was playing with one of my good friends, and she actually hit first, and hers lipped out for a hole-in-one. And it wasn't an easy hole either. I don't know why we both stuck it. There's water on the right. there was sand on the left. So, like, it wasn't an easy golf shot. And she lipped out, and then I got up there, and mine went in. And it was cool because in Canada, the crowds are just amazing. So it was an uproar. It was so cool. The crowd erupted, and I didn't win a car, which was very unfortunate. I'm being a little greedy, but almost every week the par threes have a car, and this week they didn't. That week they didn't. So I won an Acer computer, but I didn't win a car, unfortunately. But that just means I have to do it again.
That's still pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Now, the other two girls both made birdies, is that right? So
Yes.
So you guys played that whole 4 under?
Yes,
Or,
we definitely.
I'm trying to do the math. It's 4 under, right? 5 shots
Yeah.
for the three of you.
Yeah, we definitely won out of all the other groups, I think, because like I said, it wasn't an easy hole. I was hitting a 6-iron. It wasn't like I was hitting a 9-iron. I hit a 6-iron into that green, so it was really cool. Like I said, the crowd erupted on all three of us. Really, it was a cool experience, and hopefully it happens some more.
Well, we said first hole-in-one on tour, but have you had others before?
Yeah, that was actually number 5 for me, hole-in-ones, but I hadn't had one in a while, so it was very unexpected. I told my caddy, like, oh, I love this number, but I wasn't really expecting to hit a hole-in-one.
Well, that was great, though, because it got you on TV like everywhere. You were on Sports Center, and you were on Golf Channel and everywhere for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it was cool. My brother doesn't really watch golf, and honestly, my siblings don't even know when I'm at a golf tournament most of the time. They just assume I'm at a golf tournament. But my brother saw it on Sports Center that night and texted me, so that was cool because I didn't know it was on Sports Center until he texted me. So I think it was number 1 on Sports Center that night.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now,
yeah.
How often do you get to be on, like, Golf Channel? How many interviews do you typically do during a week or over the course of a season?
It really just depends on how well you're playing. I mean, we do a lot of interviews, and not all of them are shown. So we do a lot of stuff, but it's not really out there unless by the end of the day you're still up at the top. So, yeah, we do a lot of stuff. Our tour does a good job of kind of interviewing people for a lot of different reasons, not just for good golf. And I've actually been lucky enough the last few weeks I've done some commentating myself. So I've been on TV quite a lot the last few weeks. I did it last week in Cincinnati, and I did it in Hawaii this year. So I'm planning on doing that a little bit more in the future. Don't know if that's going to become a thing, but at least for fun it is. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it just for fun. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely going to be a golfer for quite some time longer, but maybe I can be Morgan Pressel's sidekick eventually.
Yeah. Well, that was my next question. Is commentating on TV something that you could see yourself doing when you decide you've played enough golf?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, right now, like I said, there's so many things I want to do on the golf course. I want to be on the Solheim Cup team. I want to win. My best friend won again last week, and I got to watch her, and it just puts a fire under your belt every time you see one of your friends win because you're so excited for them, but also you're like, I want to be there, and I know I can be there. So there's a lot of golf left for me. I want to play a lot longer. I don't know what that means necessarily. It could mean 3, it could mean 10 years, it could mean forever. I don't really know. But I definitely enjoy commentating, and like I said, I think it's just a timing thing of when I do retire from playing golf. If they have a spot open, they have mentioned it to me. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't really know what's going to happen, but excited to at least do it for fun while I can.
What's the next event up on the LPGA Tour for you?
So next week I go to Arkansas for the Walmart, and then the next week is Dallas, then California, then we have a week off, and then I head to Asia again. So very busy rest of the season.
What is kind of your game plan as you finish up the 2022 season? Do you have something in mind, a spot where you'd like to finish, or just try to do the best you can each week?
I mean, I feel it's crazy enough that I can say this when I've never won, but I go to every tournament trying to win the golf tournament. So that's what I'll try to do every week. I want to win. I want to be, like I said, I want to be on that Solheim Cup team. And the way you get on that Solheim Cup team is just keep making cuts. And even top 30s, top 40s, those matter because we're playing against the best players in the world. So some people look at a top 40 and they think, she played okay. But really, if you look sometimes, there's only 3 Americans in the top 40. So, it's very competitive out there, and everyone's playing really well. There's been a lot of different winners this year because the players are just getting a lot better. So for me, I go out there every week trying to win the golf tournament, and obviously I haven't won yet. So the next 3 weeks I'm trying to win. So just keep with the same mindset of trying to play your best golf, and kind of whatever happens at the end of the day.
Well, just being on the LPGA Tour itself is an incredible accomplishment.
Yes. My dad keeps saying, I can't believe you're still doing this. It's just one of those things, like you dream of doing it, and then when you're doing it, you're in it. And I don't know if I'm going to fully appreciate it until I'm done playing. But, a lot of the girls I've played with since junior golf, and we've kind of we've done these stepping stones together. And I've been very fortunate to do what I love for a long time. And my soon-to-be husband is very supportive, which I'm very thankful. I don't think there's many people that could deal with this lifestyle, but he's been able to deal with it. And my family's been great about it. And you've got to have a big team around you. And I have wonderful coaches. I have a mental coach. There's a lot of people involved in me being on tour, and I couldn't do it without any of them. So I'm very lucky that I get to do what I love, and that it's all worked out, and that I'm still playing golf for a living, because my dad just thought I would do it for a year and then be done. And he always says, like, I can't believe you're still doing this. And I don't really know what he means by that, but I don't know if he didn't think I think he thought I was going to be good enough, but the travel is just really hard. And I don't think many people realize, like, that's the hardest part of this, is just being on the road all the time. I mean, I'm home in Nashville maybe 4 weeks a year, 5 weeks a year. So I'm just not. It's a lot of travel, but I mean, I'm young. I love it, and I love golf, and it's a traveling circus. I love all the girls, so it's been great.
So when you have an event like in Cincinnati, is that kind of a home match for you?
Yeah, it was so fun, and I don't think the people that got to come watch realize how fun it is, because I never see people from home at golf tournaments. So to see so many familiar faces last week was really a blessing. And my parents got to come, and Patrick actually had driven our car up to Toledo, Ohio, so we were able to drive home, which was so nice after the tournament in Cincinnati. So, all those little things just add up. It was such a nice week. I hope I see more faces next year from Princeton up there, because they put on a really good tournament. And some of my friends in Nashville came up, and there were so many people there that I knew. And even like you said a while ago, there were several people that I played high school golf with that came up and watched that still live in that area in Kentucky. And so it was very cool. It was some people I hadn't seen for 10 years. So it was a great week, and it did feel like a home tournament for sure.
Well, Emma, we appreciate you spending some time with us this morning on the show, and best of luck as you finish out this season and whatever you do golf-wise in the future.
Thank you so much, Todd, for having me. I appreciate all your support throughout the years.
Yeah, now I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Emma.
See ya.
That's Emma Talley, LPGA Tour Pro, and, of course, a three-time state champion at Caldwell County, and went on to win a national championship at the University of Alabama. Need to get to a break here on the Sideline Report. Stay with us. We've got more after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Need cash fast? Contact ABC Finance now.
Are you concerned about your current financial situation?
At ABC Finance, we can help.
Hi, this is Savannah Seymour at the Princeton ABC Finance location.
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
At ABC Finance, we don't just provide loans, but we also provide valuable advice to help you get your credit in better standing.
Our friendly team of professionals has your best interest in mind, and we celebrate with you whenever your finances improve.
We encourage you to like our Facebook page, ABC Finance. Many of those useful tips are posted daily on our page, including tons of community info and motivation for the day.
Who couldn't use that? You can also visit us at abcfinanceonline.com, where you can even apply for loans online.
Or just give us a call and we can take your application over the phone. Or stop by. No appointment is needed and walk-ins are welcome.
All loans subject to normal credit approval.
Hi, this is Daniel Ingram with H&R AgriPower. Take care of your property with equipment you can count on, like the Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, and Z Series mowers and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit H&R AgriPower, your local Kubota dealer, for a demo today.
Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Take a test drive at your Kubota dealer. H&R AgriPower, Eagle Way, Hopkinsville.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
You want to get into the best shape of your life? Okay, let's be honest. You just want to get into some kind of shape? Then now's the time to get to Trilogy Performance Sports and take advantage of their $100 monthly family plan. This offer allows every member of the family living in the house to use the facilities at Trilogy as well as join the classes. What a deal! Don't wait. Get in shape. This offer is only for the month of September, so start exercising now and run to Trilogy Performance Sports to sign up. For more information, go to trilogyperformancesports.com.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580 103.3 WPKY. Thanks a lot for tuning in this morning. Caldwell County Tiger football on the road this week, playing at Union County on Friday night. 7 o'clock is kickoff time, and of course you can hear that game right here on WPKY. Want to mention our C3 Electric lineman of the game from last week's game against Crittenden County. It's Brady Holman. Brady Holman, the lineman of the game for the Tigers, sponsored by C3 Electric. Also want to congratulate our other award winners from the Crittenden County game. The Athletic Center play of the game was shared by Logan Chambliss and Jameis Carnahan. Carnahan had a 73-yard touchdown run. Chambliss returned an interception 94 yards for a score. The Big Boys Barbershop Quick Cut was Logan Chambliss. The Coleman Auto Parts catch of the game went to Xavier Bumpus and Camden Wolford. The Parker Eye Care Eye on the Tiger Award went to Logan Chambliss. And again, the C3 Electric Lineman Award goes to Brady Holman for the Crittenden County game. The C3 Electric Power Lineman of the Week is brought to you by C3 Electric, selling and servicing Generac generators, new construction, remodels, and more. With over 25 years experience, you can trust C3 Electric for quality service and installation. Back with more on the Sideline Report right after this here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Health First Community Health Center. Your health is their first concern. Located on the Eddyville Road, Princeton.
At YourSportsEdge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players.
Where did it show up there?
And while they are not gold,
Unbelievable.
those crystal awards we have won for doing what we love to do
Tough defense.
are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner. YourSportsEdge.com.
From the Weather Edge Weather Center, patchy fog this morning, then sunshine with a high near 86 degrees. Clear skies tonight, overnight low 58. More sunshine for Friday and Saturday. High temperature both days up to 88 degrees. Once again, our forecast today, patchy fog this morning, then sunshine with a high 86.
Are you struggling to afford health care and medications? Let Health First help you. Whether you are insured, uninsured, or underinsured, you will still be cared for at Health First Community Health Center. We offer financial and prescription assistance to all those that qualify, which is based on income and household size. Contact our office at 1-877-667-7017 for more information, or visit our website, healthfirstchc.net. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are welcome. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
The weatherman says it's time to get out of the house.
Goodwin Insurance wants you to know they can insure all your toys, boats, jet skis, ATVs, golf carts. Well, you get the point. Goodwin Insurance is dedicated to finding you the best policy with the best service at an affordable price. Insure your toys with Goodwin so all you have to worry about is the fun. Contact them today for a quote.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Thanks a lot for tuning in this morning. Again, Caldwell County football heading to Union County Friday night. You can hear the game right here on WPKY, so we hope you'll join us if you can't make the trip up to Union County. Joining us now on the Sideline Report for the first time is Steve Springer, one of the sports guys at the Murray Ledger and Times. And Steve, you've first of all, welcome to the show. And you've actually seen Union County already once this year.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Todd. I have. We got a good look at Union County last week. They rolled Murray 54-30, and it was pretty close there for the first quarter and a half. Murray is known for their long grinding out drives, and I think Murray scored first, then Union scored. They traded touchdowns going into the second quarter, and then Union just took off. Murray had too much speed for Murray. They're loaded this year. Their running backs are spectacular. So you're gonna face a stiff challenge. Caldwell is this week, and the number 6 for for Union, he took the first play from scrimmage, and I think it was a 50-60 yard touchdown run. If I'm going back, I don't have the actual game stats in front of me, but the first run was a long run from scrimmage. Murray got the ball back, took another long drive down the field, and then as soon as Union County got the ball back, first play from scrimmage, same running back ran it all the way again, 60 yards, I think. And then the next time they got the ball back, it was another long touchdown run on the third play. It was called back by a penalty. The fourth play, long touchdown run, it was called back for a penalty. So it could have been worse, but the running backs for Union are really good. So they're going to have Caldwell's going to have their hands full Friday night.
Well, I think a lot of people going back to last season thought maybe Union County would be the team from this end of the state that made the run to the 3A championship game. Ended up being Paducah-Tillman, but I think Tillman had to rally late in the playoffs to get past Union. So Union was really good last year, and it looks like they just kind of kept that roll going this season.
Yeah, they lost to Tillman 31-28 in the second round. So they went home a little earlier than they were hoping to, but I can see them going much further this time. They're loaded. They're hard to stop. Murray had their first defensive tackle 5 minutes into the second quarter. So it's just they're just that explosive. Murray was eating clock up, and then soon Union would get the ball. They would take off with it, but Murray fought in the second half. They slowed him down in the second half. The defense was, according to Coach Bowling and everybody in the stands, the defense was much feistier, much tougher that second half. But it was just too little, too late. Union's just the next level this year, probably better than last year.
Well, and with Murray's offense, they've always got a chance though because they can just grind it out.
Well, yeah, that's true. As long as it's a close game, their offense is not going to score a bunch of points in a hurry, minus a bunch of turnovers from the other team. But their passing attack is Colin Wilson is the quarterback this year. He took over for Rowdy Sokolowski, who graduated, and he's a good passer. He's a good game manager. He throws a pretty ball. But they threw 4 passes last week, and that was about twice as much as they usually do. So they're not going to score on you quickly. They're going to run it down your throat up the middle with a running back named Gage Sokolowski. And then they've got a guy that'll hit you on the side around the end, Xavier Biggers, the speedster. And they got a couple other bruisers that'll run it up the middle on you. But they're going to run it all over you. So I'm looking forward to the matchup. I know they've had some good matchups here lately. Been kind of following along with all of Murray's opponents this year. Looks like Caldwell's down a little bit this year. So I'll be looking forward to this matchup. Maybe Caldwell will pick it up in the next few weeks. I don't know about this week, but we'll see what happens when I believe the game is in. Where's the game this year?
I think it's up here because I know Caldwell won at Murray last year and was all excited that they wouldn't have to come back to Murray for the playoffs. And lo and behold, Murray went to Mayfield and won, and Caldwell had to go back to Murray in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was exciting. Of course, Murray kind of folded a little bit there in the playoff against Mayfield. Didn't represent the way they did earlier in the season, but I'm looking forward to the Murray Caldwell game this year. I know Coach Barnes is struggling a little bit so far this year, but in the Crittenden County game, I didn't get to see it, but looking at the score, it looks like it was a close game.
Yeah, Caldwell was actually up 13-7 at halftime. Couldn't get much going on offense in the second half. Wound up losing 21-13, and that's kind of been the story of the season. Just can't quite generate enough offense to be as competitive as they would like to be. And I think the Tigers are getting better. I think they will get better. But right now, they're just, there's some young kids at key spots, and they're just continuing to work to get a little better. Right now, 0-4, though, and like you say, a tough task coming up this week with the trip to Union County.
Yeah, and Parker, the quarterback's just a sophomore, though, right? So
yes,
good days ahead.
Yeah.
And that was the first loss to Crittenden in like first time in the last 12 matchups or something like that.
Caldwell had won 12 straight going back to 2009.
Yeah. Well, that's good for the rivalry. I mean, I know it's a pretty good rivalry for y'all. You had Adam Wells and Blake Sandlin and the Sports 6 WPSD Sports Desk was out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a really good matchup, good rivalry game, and honestly, talked to a lot of people. Caldwell has had a pretty good run going back over a decade now. That it was almost due. When you're a smaller school, you just you have a year where you're not quite as good as you'd like to be, and you just don't have as many people, and Caldwell's having to play a lot of guys both ways, and that's something they haven't typically done. So, like I said, right now it's just kind of a learning experience. I think there's enough talent there to keep getting better. I'm just not sure, if you can get Mayfield looks awfully good again in the district, and it kind of feels like Murray and Caldwell are kind of looking up to Mayfield again this year.
Yeah, and it's cyclical. They're going to have some down years. He's rebuilding. Barnes is rebuilding this year, and it'll be he'll come back. They'll be that quarterback will get older and more experienced, and I've had the experience of being able to be. Usually, when I'm taking pictures for the paper, I tend to be on the visitor's sideline usually to make sure I get in the background the home stands, and so I get to know and get to hear the opposing coaches a lot during the games. And I really enjoy watching and listening to Barnes get excited over there. And he knows his stuff, and he's ramped up over there all the time, and he's fun to watch.
Yeah,
so he'll have him going again.
Yeah, I expect that Caldwell-Murray game to be a good one. It's still a few weeks away, and I think both teams will just keep getting better, and it's a district game, and it's kind of developed into a rivalry game itself.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like, let's see which one of us gets to go through the other to get to Mayfield.
Yeah.
So
now I'll be headed to Murray this weekend because there's a big girls soccer game in Murray Saturday night.
Yeah, it's the All-A Classic, and you're going to be coming into a hornet's nest. The Murray defense, I've been looking over the stats, and I've got to cover a couple matches this year, and I can't figure out which is better, the offense or the defense. So if you're not aware, coming in, you're going to be facing the offense that's tied for 7th in Kentucky in scoring with 5.8 goals per game. And they're 9th in scoring margin. They're winning by a whopping 4.6 goals per game. So they're 10-3 overall. Their only losses two of their losses have come to Marshall, who's probably the regional favorite. And one of them was a 1-point loss, and the other one was a 2-point loss. So they're close to Marshall. And their only other loss came in the Smoky Mountain Cup in Gatlinburg. I'm not familiar at all with any Tennessee teams, but the only team they lost to there was Hyde, Tennessee, which is in Hendersonville. And then they beat a couple other Tennessee teams. So I'm going to imagine that was not a bad loss. So they're sitting at 10-3, 4-2 in the district, and most of their wins have been big. So that's coming up because of that offense. And that's the defense is tied for 9th in the state, giving up only 1.2 goals per game. And they're tied for 7th in team shutouts.
Well, and the two teams met in the preseason, and Murray took a 5-0 decision in that game. So I think Caldwell realizes it's kind of has an uphill battle this week. But I think the Lady Tigers of Caldwell also think that they've improved quite a bit since before the season started. So it should be kind of an interesting matchup on Saturday.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch out for senior Kyra Jones. She's leading the team in goals scored with 16, averaging 1.2 a game. And she'll be set up by a senior who transferred in from Marshall County, Callan Fuller. She's 3rd in Kentucky in assists. In the whole state, she's 3rd. So Callan will be setting Kyra up. And there's a couple sophomores to watch out for, Ava Floda, and she's got 12 goals. So they spread it around a little bit. They're senior heavy this year, but next year won't be a rebuilding year because they've only got one junior. So they've got a ton. I think they got like 10 or 12 sophomores and freshmen. And Izzy Bourne, Floda, Gachoka, Stiff, freshman. They've got some young guns coming up in the underclassmen ranks. So it's going to be a good year for Coach Traylor, I believe. I think they're going to go far. They got to get past Marshall, which they've almost done a couple times this year, but they'll figure it out. So you're coming into I'm expect a good match. I hope fans represent well, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, Caldwell is 8-3-2 this year, and the offense a lot better this season for the Lady Tigers of Caldwell County, so I think that's part of the reason for their improvement. But the winner Saturday actually gets to go to the state tournament September 24th and 25th in Frankfort. So, again, it's a big game in the All-A Classic, and it's actually the first time that Caldwell County's girls have reached this point. So, again, I think a kickoff moved back to 7 o'clock this week. Is that right? I think I heard they had trouble getting refs, so it'll be 7 o'clock instead of 6. But looking forward to that game down in Murray on Saturday.
Yeah, don't get me started on the ref controversy. They're not controversy, but ref problem. I did a little piece early in the year. I talked to the AD at Murray and a local White Hat and actually the KHSAA director of officiating, and there's a shortage of officials in football, but it also extends to the other sports too. And the main culprit behind that was the underlying common denominator from all three of those sources was fan behavior is pretty much the worst. There's pretty much the biggest reason why there have official shortage because people, they just don't want to do it anymore. It's not worth it. I mean, it obviously, it's fun. It's a fun gig for the most part. It doesn't pay a whole lot. You're doing it for the love of the game. You're doing it for the love of the kids. And when you have to endure some of the stuff they've had to endure on the sidelines, and I hear it, it gets pretty rough. I mean, I know I've been a fan of many teams, and I've let officials have it, but there's a line you don't cross when you make it personal or you make it threatening, and it's just gotten worse over the years.
Well, hopefully everybody can get there Saturday night, and we'll have a great game, and look forward to seeing you on the sideline.
All right, Todd. Well, we'll see you. Thanks for your time. It's been a pleasure. I'll be glad to do this with you anytime. Especially we can preview the Caldwell Murray game later this year if you like. And I will guarantee one thing Saturday night. I guarantee you that the Tigers will come away in victory.
Oh yeah, I won't take that bet. That seems like a pretty safe one. All right, Steve. Appreciate you coming on the show.
All right, man. Take care, Tom.
All right, that's Steve Springer, one of the sports guys at the Murray Ledger and Times, and appreciate his time this morning here on the Sideline Report. We need to get to a timeout, but we'll come back with more right after this here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Brantley Furniture, family owned and located in the heart of downtown Princeton. Jeannie and Megan invite you to come in and check out their selection of furniture, bedding, and gifts. Financing is available.
From the Weather Edge Weather Center, patchy fog around the area this morning, then sunshine. Today's high of 86 degrees. Mostly clear skies tonight, low 58. More sunshine on Friday and Saturday. Friday's high up to 88 degrees. About the same thing again on Saturday. Once again, our forecast today, patchy fog this morning, then sunshine with a high near 86 degrees.
It's an excellent time to purchase a new set of tires and take advantage of the new mail-in rebates of up to $200 on selected tires. Good tread depth and the correct air pressure in your tires can lead to improved fuel economy, increased handling and safety, more responsive braking, and a smoother ride. All things that make for a great summer road trip. Trice Hughes in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit tricehughes.com. That's tricehughes.com.
High-quality education, best value education, the total college experience. Murray State University offers more than 140 academic programs and nearly 180 student organizations. Racers will discover more, do more, and become more. Join a special living and learning community while becoming the leaders of tomorrow. Visit admissions.murraystate.edu to schedule a campus visit or apply today.
This is the Sideline Report on 1580, 103.3 WPKY. Once again, thanks a lot to Emma Talley for coming on the show this morning, and also thanks to Steve Springer from the Murray Ledger and Times for talking sports with us here on the Sideline Report this morning. Caldwell County sports at home today, volleyball and boys soccer. The Lady Tiger volleyball team will host Paducah Tillman at the Community Activities Building. The Lady Tigers played their first match on the new floor at the Cab on Tuesday, sweeping 3 sets from Trigg County. Caldwell's girls are now 6-4 on the season, and again, Paducah Tillman is coming here tonight. If you have one of the original schedules, it probably shows the volleyball team going to Henderson County. However, that match was canceled. Lady Tigers picked up Paducah Tillman, and so that becomes a home match tonight for the Lady Tigers. They'll get to play at the Cab against Paducah Tillman. Also, boys soccer playing at home tonight. Trigg County visits the Butler Stadium tonight in a resumption of what's been a long and close rivalry between the two teams, so that should be a good game. The Tigers on a bit of a roll right now. They've won 2 straight, beating Hopkins County Central over in Morton's Gap in district action 2-0 on Tuesday. And then, of course, on Friday, they went down to Lyon County and picked up a big win down there. So the Tiger soccer team with back-to-back wins and looking for another one against Trigg County tonight at Butler Stadium. 7 o'clock is kickoff for the varsity. That was originally scheduled as a girls and boys varsity doubleheader. The Lady Tigers were going to play Callaway County, but that match got called off. Callaway canceled because they're playing in the Kentucky 2A championships and had to cancel the trip to Princeton tonight. So just boys soccer at the Butler tonight as the Tigers host Trigg County. Coming up on Friday, as we mentioned, the Tiger football team heads to Union County. 7 o'clock kickoff, and we'll have all the action for you here on WPKY with our pregame coverage, beginning with your Sports Edge Football Friday at 5:30. That'll roll into the coaches show and then the pregame show, and then kickoff at 7 o'clock from Union County on Friday. And once again, the Lady Tiger soccer team next in action Saturday night going to Murray for that All-A Classic sectional matchup. That's at Murray High School. 7 o'clock is start time for that, and the winner gets to go to the All-A Classic State Tournament in Frankfort, and that is September 24th and 25th. That's going to wrap us up on the Sideline Report for this Thursday morning. Again, thanks to Emma Talley and Steve Springer for being on the show this morning. This is Todd Griffin of YourSportsEdge.com and WPKY Radio. Thanks a lot for being with us here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 2 buses of migrants have been sent from Texas to Vice